See the snowdrops are all nicely out now. It's very mild today. I think it's touching, well, it says 12 degrees on the dash. I'd take that with a pinch of salt, but it's well over 10 anyway, not 11. I'm just going to go, I need to go to V88 because I want some stock pellets. But I've got my Diorna gas cylinder in the back as well because annoyingly I've got two cylinders that are both nearly empty. I've been using this one, it definitely seems to be dying down. If not, it's definitely nearly empty. So I guess I spent a new one, a full one. Then I've got a nearly empty one and a full one, obviously. It's the last day of January and we've only had a little over 25 millimetres of rain. You wouldn't really know, but it is kind of dry, but it's kind of sticky as well, for want of a better word. He was on the road at first. Anyway, what's in the news today? Well, it's all about Brexit Day. It's the last day of in the EU until 11 PM. I see one or two people have got flags out. In practice, nothing particularly striking will change really, because there's like a year's transition. I think that goes on until actually 11 months, where most things just, for practical reasons, just carry on the same. So we won't see, for example, a plunging sheep price or anything. It might even go up actually, it's very unclear, this is the trouble. But and the other big news is Swedish red and white cars, you know. Brexit, not Brexit, what's it, China flu. Which we knew it was going to happen. We've got 2 confirmed cases, and where should they be from but York. But they're actually Chinese tourists who are staying in a self-catering apartment, which is probably better than a regular hotel. But obviously they suddenly were taken ill on Wednesday evening. They went to a hospital, a specialised hospital. So they must have been feeling increasingly unwell through Wednesday. It's a family of 3. I assume it's mother, father and son or daughter. They've been very, very cagey. I only know this because it was in the local paper yesterday. But anyway, of these 3, 1 is still apparently unaffected, and they've been in the same flat together, which is interesting in a way. But he's not tested positive as yet, so he'll have to be monitored for a while. They're now in Newcastle. So is this the first of a major outbreak, and is it going to be centred on York? Because they must have been walking around York, probably going on buses and all sorts. The train, how did they get there? They flew probably flew to London or Manchester, and they've been on trains and buses, haven't they? Possibly since last weekend, who knows? We haven't been told this. So they could have been in touch with infectious with thousands, certainly hundreds. Although I think it's not that easy to spread. You'd have to be more or less sat next to them. Because they might, it depends what they did read, doesn't it? They might, you could assume that if the Chinese are here on holiday, they're relatively well-off family, and they may just hired a car on arrival. In which case, that reduces the risks of infection quite a bit, but they've still been on the plane. I think give it another half hour and the sun will be breaking through. It's supposed to be quite bright this afternoon, so I've actually brought my big camera because I'll never miss a chance to take a few decent photos. Because sometimes it's not so much gloomy, but broken cloud. It can be the best of all. Anyway, I have a bad feeling I'm going to go here wanting this gas and they won't have it. He said they did. I asked him last time if they had it normally. He said they did, but I didn't see it. And if they don't have it, they have it at a place. Well, I know they have it in a place in Pickering. It's not that far. I don't know where else. Well, there might be somewhere nearer. It's not far to go to Pickering really when you're down this side of the hill. It's a bit busy through there, but the place where you can get it is like where it's Cooper's. They have a decent parking area behind. Oh, I've done that. I'm going to say there's an outcoming of the way, but there is. Seems very busy, this road. It's a mystery to me why one of the main things that people throw out of their cars is energy drinks, like surprisingly Lucozade. I mean, I'm honest with you, I've not had Lucozade since it was about 10. But, Red Bull tins, similar variants of that type of drink, very common. And even at home, we're like, you must be 10 miles from the nearest McDonald's coffee, McDonald's. Then you get like a lot of McDonald's and similar coffee cups with the lids on. Sometimes fill with coffee in. Why people go so slowly? all good. I got the gas there, which I'm pleased about. I think that bike was like a Chinese cruiser. Well, I didn't recognise it otherwise, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, just for a change, we're going to go back up to Appleton. I'm going to be here for months. That's a rarity. Wrapped straw, like in a long tube. See that? I should have had a photo of that, shouldn't I? I'm just sort of always on the lookout for photos that kind of illustrate things, and that would have been one of them. It's a funny village last time, just still rather farmy. It's not a horsey people anyway. I don't suppose there's some of these villages, they have proper farms, like in the locked in on Levyshire, very much like that. Yeah. Proper farms out where that tractor is there, behind what looks like a normal street house. I quite like coming down through here. On my bike, like, because it's you can go. There's a track around behind the village. I think it's technically not a proper green lane, but since it's turned up with tractors, I can't really see anyone can complain. Very muddy along here for some reason. Been tipping a lot of muck out up there. We've got some thoughts of that. And the problem is, it's got a lot of straw there. I suppose I can move it. 2 or 3 ash trees out there. I wonder if they had dieback. This little place is Spaunton. Oh, that's what that quarry's called. Spaunton Quarry. Little house on the right that was painted yellow, that used to be the post office, and then like a little shop. The farm on the left there run right over to where we used to have a farm near Hull, Weekends. Hilltop. I don't know whether they're all organic, but they have an organic element, because a lot of the layers they have over there are very clovery. Man, I have some clovery layers too, but I'm not organic. I hope this road isn't shut, because I saw something about it was going to be shut for drainage works. If it is, I'll have to go to Rosedale. It seems to be okay. Oh, what did I do now? This is all new. There's a new... It's almost like a bungalow there. Can't say I'd noticed before. It's just like the back of it. And this little bridge is called Fairy Call. The beck is called Fairy Call, and this is the Fairy Call Bridge. And we used to come here as kids. We used to do nature walks from the school. And we used to walk down through the woods, and in the little beck, there's like big slabs of limestone with like cracks between. And you could always catch little fish in there, like minnows or sticklebacks or something. But there was a big block of evergreen, like spruce in there that had been removed. God, he's got shorts on. Why on earth would anyone want to be showing their lower leg? Across the way there's a rather curious little bungalow, and I think that's where Hayes, is it Raymond Hayes? I can't remember his bloody name now. He wrote a book with it. I think that's where his studio was. And then this house on the left, Richard Haynes, the N. Used to live there. We used to have, they have some fields up this little track here. We used to have that for making hay. I guess maybe put some sheep in as well. I don't remember doing that though.